Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some intriguing news when it comes to Target, some pretty big Sony infrastructure issues going on, a little bit more updates when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro that's been going on too, a little bit of updates on the Cat Stray game, and a few little various things as well that we kind of talked about all throughout this week so far. A little bit more additional updates, I kind of figured I'd put them all into one really quick video and kind of give you guys some additional details on all that stuff. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Weeble and Coinbase down below. We also got the Twitter giveaway down below in case you guys want to be a part of that one. Let's go and dive in the video itself. So, first and foremost, I do want to go talk a little bit on the Target restock. So I just want to let you guys all know, this might be also mentioned tomorrow too as well, tomorrow morning on our day-to-day video, but we did go and see quite a few different now. We've actually, I think, 4 different locations now, just kind of spread out all throughout the United States, saying that Target actually did have a little bit of walk-in going on. Now, I'm not really sure entirely where, or how. I'll maybe give you guys more details tomorrow if we see more news on it, but typically whenever we see a post-drop happen, sometimes it's like in the 3 to 4 day cycle, or some days it's a 7-day cycle, because usually a lot of these stores will hold on to stock for up to 7 days, depending on the location and area. But when it comes to stock with that, we do sometimes see additional either bonus stock or stock that was supposed to be allocated towards the last previous drop go and restock. And I kind of want to actually bring this one on up too, just because it seemed a little bit more on the, I guess, like happening more often than expected. Usually this does happen quite a bit after a drop in general, but the fact that we actually saw a few folks out here confirm and go and get it was a little bit more on the intriguing side. I had a few tweets at me, I had a few general messages at me too, stating that they had a chance to go and check. Although they have been a little bit more on the weirder side. One person went and called their store and they just specifically had stock in the back, and they were able to go and then just allocate and give them a console, which is kind of surprising to me, because traditionally most employees have confirmed that the stock is only available for drops, and then if there's leftover stock because it was allocated towards that last drop, basically the drop that's overdue, they do sometimes then have extra time to go and sell that extra stock. And also maybe just more on the extra cancel side, we did see a very, very large influx of a lot of orders getting canceled on the previous Target restock. So a little bit on the weirder side, mainly because at the last 2 or 3 Target restocks, we didn't see too many people claiming there was any walk-ins or any extra leftover stock or having a chance to get consoles. Although we did, sorry, a little hiccup. Well, more so I guess burnt, but basically for that, we also did see a lot of influxes of Xbox Series X's right after the previous drop. Maybe that was just for leftover stock, or maybe it was like a half drop, where half was allocated for online, half was allocated for in-store. So we also have been seeing a little bit more of a bigger influx of Xbox side. We saw a lot more Xboxes today than we have been throughout these past 2 or 3 weeks. So just want to give a little extra nudge that if you guys are casually driving by a Target, or maybe you guys are checking Best Buy and GameStop and other locations, to maybe go give a casual call to the Target Tech Center and see, although I do want to reiterate, probably very unlikely. Usually for the Best Buy and GameStop that we've been watching, we'll talk a little about it more tomorrow, they've had a lot more extra stock and extra allocated stock available for it. So it's like a proper drop. Like GameStop, proper drop. Best Buy, from what we've seen, proper drop. Target, this is just kind of leftover additional stock. But it's just been enough. I've had a few other mentions as well. I also did see some mentions on Reddit too as well, with nothing to do with our community. So I just want to bring it on up. So like I said, the likelihood's very, very low, although a lot of you guys are still just trying to find any little baby bit of restock information. So I figured I'd go and mention this and probably bring it up a little bit more tomorrow, and we'll see throughout the next few days if it kind of keeps on going on an upwards trend, if there's something special that Target's doing, or if it's just the usual say Xbox Series X is available in store and just in a few occasional PlayStation 5s. I do want to reiterate, these are not actual console drop pickups. These are not just people picking up later on. These are people who just were being annoying and asking. It's that's kind of annoy the people. I'm sure they'd agree. Just being just getting on the call and be hey, what's up? How's it going? Blah 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 blah. So keep that in mind that we did see a little bit of it, although the bigger big functions were both Best Buy and GameStop throughout today, and that will probably be the more bigger focus throughout these next few days. But I figured if it's more than one person out there in a few different states, that it's kind of at least somewhat to be brought up. And about maybe 2 months ago, we did see some stores that were allocating specific store stock just for walk-ins, the managers were allowing it. So it may also have something to do with that, possibly, where maybe some stores now have either extra bonus stock for walk-ins, or they also have a few additional stores that just have maybe leftover stock, bought stock for the drop, etc., etc. So it's a little bit on just the very chill side. This is why I'm doing it late at night, not during the day, and you guys can sit on it, or just maybe if you guys are casually doing a a Target drive-by and chill them, you guys can go and see. I mean, you guys drinking Pokemon cards or whatever. So I'll keep you guys in the loop for that. So as well, part 2, we just have a little bit of various kind of gaming news that's kind of intriguing when it comes to like the PS5 Pro and some other games. Just a little bit of a late night kind of chill video. So number one kind of big thing is we actually ran into some kind of big issues, funny enough, when it comes to Sony. Where a lot of folks over here for Ghost of Tsushima, for the PS4 to PS5 upgrades, were actually having issues after the PS Plus Legends claim. So as you guys know in PS Plus, we've actually had this happen a few times where a few games are either not the full version or they're just kind of subtly there or whatever, and it's kind of strange. So basically a lot of folks out here for the PS4 store, and ideally whenever Project Spartacus comes out, we'll have more updates for it, but a lot of the big things for the PS store is basically just saying, hey, kind of messed up. So basically with last month's edition of Ghost of Tsushima Legends, it was basically supposed to be like a nice thing for the subscribers, although a lot of fans were trying to upgrade their PS4 version, and then they were having issues. Although even the article states that there might be more of a niche issue, and unlikely to affect everyone, it's something that we're keeping in mind. So basically if you own Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 and have not gotten the Director's Cut Edition, which is kind of like an upgrade for the PS5, basically they're saying do not claim the PS5 edition for the Ghost of Tsushima Legends because it's basically just not the right version. So the big issue with this that a lot of people are running into, and kind of same thing for you guys still have your PS4s, so it's kind of worth, I think, to bring up. The problem is as follows: despite Ghost of Tsushima Legends being a standalone version of the game's multiplayer mode, the PS Store classifies it as part of Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. So therefore, if you claim Legends with your PS Plus subscription, and then later decide to upgrade the main game from PS4 to PS5, you'll basically literally be blocked from the upgrade fee. So then Sony will still, unsurprisingly, still let you go and buy Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut at full price for PS5, but you won't be eligible for the discounted fee. The only solution is to contact Sony customer support and get the PS Plus version you claimed refunded, so you can go ahead and purchase the PS4 to PS5 upgrade. So basically just a really big mess when it comes to Sony. It just kind of seems like a strange, weird issue, and I'm sure like they'll probably hopefully fix it, but it seems kind of convoluted that this is not something maybe people checked or like wanted to double check or like have some random person on their side monitor maybe go and do, I don't know. Sometimes we keep on running these weird issues with PS Plus because sometimes we'll get like a limited edition version of a game, but like you want to have the full edition or something like this, or like there's a cross PS4 and PS5 edition, and then sometimes like people are expecting to get the PS5 edition because it's like the better version, so you would think that like Sony would throw them a bone or hook them on up. But sadly then, you just assume you actually get that, and you actually get the PS4 version instead. I don't know, it's kind of like a weird issue, and we kind of see this pop up every now and then with the PS Plus. It's not the biggest issue, although I'm sure most people don't want to go and call and have to deal with like support, or do like live chats, or have things refunded, just because you're trying your best to go and play a game that should be included in your PS Plus subscription. So at the end of the day, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not really the biggest fan of Sony always messing this on up, so we'll keep you guys in the loop for that one. Now, a little additional news for the PS Pro, which we actually covered up a few days ago too as well. Just a side note, we were talking about the PSVR 2 and/or PS5 Pro, and apparently a lot of people were doing a bit more research on the poundage, and it did kind of seem like the poundage would be more so matching on up, possibly for additional prototypes as of now. There hasn't been like an official statement or official comment or anything on this so far, but the only kind of big thing for that is intriguing to note because the weight just kind of seems more pushed for the PS5 Pro, which we kind of went a little bit more in depth on when we were talking about that a few days ago when we actually saw the initial news. So there is still a little bit of a good possibility in regards to the PS5 Pro, although not 1,000,000% confirmed. It is still intriguing to go and see. And as well, we have a little bit of an update too, because we were talking about the PS5 Pro controllers, where they did actually have an update. We also made a video on this earlier on this week, but I think a lot of folks are actually now curious to see if all these new changes, which was like, if you guys want to check them out, some of these videos are on the channel itself, if you guys want to see like more in-depth on it throughout the week. But basically, this was just a big upgrade in terms of like the actual controller, the actual trigger itself for the controller, and basically just making it so hopefully a little bit better in terms of Joy-Con drift, in terms of triggers, in terms of everything else. So the one kind of big thing to note is I think people are now actually assuming that it will be also affecting the brand new models for the controllers. As of right now, this is not 100% confirmed, but a lot of folks are assuming it's being the same supplier. So it also is a nice little additional upgrade for the white, black, and red versions that came out either on the baseline console when the console first came out, or the other various editions too as well. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of heads up for that one, and it kind of seems kind of cool. We'll have to have a 100% confirmation in the next few months, although I'm not sure why they would not always want to do 100 either way. So we're probably just going to be assuming that it is on every single new model version, just so you guys all know. And then last but not least, I actually want to talk about this in a separate video, but kind of good news is the good game cat game Stray is still on schedule for the 2022 release. So just in case you guys are curious on all of that, we're kind of on the lookout for this one. I can't wait to play this game. It's just basically we get to play as a cat. As you guys know, I have a lot of cat branding for it. So a lot of folks are actually saying kind of nice things too, that a lot of people are going to be basically saying this game's coming out still throughout this year, although it was not showed up on the state of play. So it is confirmed at least going on for this year, and I can't wait to play this game. So I just want to give you guys a bit of a late night video, kind of relaxing on up. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream down below, Weeble down below, and everything else down below. And I'll see you guys later on tomorrow for a bunch more videos. Love you guys.